I wanted to talk about a serious topic this time. And this is something that I'm kind of annoyed and angry about it inside and how Hollywood is in general. So when reading this, I was just thinking, what the fuck? Why is holiday? Why is Hollywood like this in general? So this is over on piratesandprincesses.net. It says actor allegedly alleges he lost Marvel role because he wouldn't take his clothes off for the director. Now, I will state we don't know which director, we don't know which version of Marvel this is. Is it before Disney, with Disney? It does kind of talk about it in here as well. But I kind of want to say maybe old Marvel and stuff like that. I just have a feeling when reading this one. Also, I don't know why there's so much space everywhere. It's like, I don't need to zoom all the way down and stuff like that. Like, just have it all at the top. I don't know why. I don't know why. An actor has come forward and discussed what happened to him when he was up for the role in the MCU. If true, it brings another blow to Marvel and Hollywood. Of course, we don't know when this happened. So, it could have been before Disney took over the Marvel films. It could be the Marvel adjuncted franchise like the X-Men films. We know it was a Marvel character. On the recent episode of the Brotherly Love podcast, featuring the famous Lawrence brothers, Joey, Matt, and Andy, Matthew Lawrence, that's the person we're talking about, talked about how he lost a Marvel role because he didn't take his clothes off and do other things for a director. Now, this is like, we've all known that there is a casting couch. Basically, if you don't know what a casting couch is, from what I've seen or heard of, effectively, I've not actually seen it, is that you go in, you do some sort of shady business, and then you effectively get the role, and that's effectively it. I think it's more around the female area, which I think is fucking disgusting. You should be getting the role on your skills as an actor or actress, or basically as an entertainer, performer, whatever. I generally just think seeing this or hearing this is fucking horrible. There have been many times in my life where I've been propositioned to get a huge role. I've lost my agency because I went to the hotel room, which I can't believe they would send me to. I like just reading that alone, like hearing about it, being like, hey, so agency, why you let me go? Well, you didn't go to the director and have sex with them. Yeah, but that's not it. Well, here at this agency, that's who we do. Like, I would love it if they dropped the agency name so we can turn around and say, what the fuck do you think you're doing out there? Of a very prominent Oscar-winning director who showed up in his robe, asked me to take off my clothes, and he said he needed to take Polaroids of me. Then if I did X, Y, and Z, I would be the next Marvel character. I didn't do that, and my agency fired me because I left his director's room. Like, could you imagine that conversation? Oh, hey, Matthew, great to hear from you. How did it go? Did you speak to the director? I just kind of left. Oh, right. Matthew, why? Well, he asked me to do lots of sexual things that I wasn't comfortable with, and I kind of left and walked out. Okay, Matthew, great. I'm glad you did. You're fired. Get out. You're no longer working with us. I would be, what the fuck? And I think I would sue. I think I would be more like, why the fuck are you sending me off to something like this? Why? It just feels so fucking wrong. He also talked about how the casting couch is real and was privy to conversations about it, but it's not only women. It is a real thing, the casting couch. We all know it existed, and we've all been somewhat complacent in a way towards it. But the one thing is, it's very interesting that doesn't get talked about enough. In the Me Too movement, it's how this is a two-way street, he continued. Not a lot of guys, in my opinion, have come out, talked about this in the industry. There is also the same situation, but granted, it's like a third of what women go through. Men go through this as well, wherever this is another woman or man in power. The point he was trying to make was that men are sexually harassed or assaulted too, but it's not given the same regard. Brendan Fraser comes to mind, as he says he was groped by former HFPA President Philip Bake Philip Burke in 2003. Frasier told People magazine, "I spoke up because I saw so many of my friends and colleagues who at the time were barely emerging to speak their truth." Frasier has also said, "Am I still frightened? Absolutely. Do I feel like I need to say something? Absolutely. Have I wanted to many times? Absolutely. Have I stopped myself? Absolutely." Due in the part to his incident, the actor pulled away from acting for years. Sexual assault and the casting couch seem to be unchanging issues in Hollywood, which real harm being done to the careers of the actors or the mental or emotional state of actors. There should be no place for it. Men who speak out need to be treated with the same respect as women who speak out. And that's true. I find that a lot of time men won't talk about this. They won't talk about their experiences because either a lot of people say, "Oh, man up, like how dare you, like you should be welcomed for this because of the role." And when we've all tried to turn around and say stuff, it just never happens, never gets talked about properly, or people just dismiss it a lot. And it really infuriates me that someone at Marvel, if they're still there or not, try to do this to Matthew. The fact that, you know, they said this is how you get a character without doing it, and it angers me because I don't know why this is a thing. It's more like, well, if you do this for me, you will get the role. No, it should be the fact is that you are a talented actor, actress, whoever, whatever. You shouldn't have to do sexual seedy stuff just to get a role on a film or a TV show, and it's fucking disgusting. Hollywood really needs to fucking wake up, because right now it's horrible. It's fucking horrible, and more men need to speak out about this. They need to talk more about this. They need to tell people. But again, I know how the world treats men like that, and sometimes those men who do speak out get shunned. It's horrible. Anyway, it's not a really nice way to end this video. It's not. I'm really sorry that Matthew had to go through that. I think it's horrible, and I wanted to make a video on it because we need to talk about more. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimono Cat. Your help does go a long way to support the channel, and if you want to consider helping the channel, then links to my Patreon as well as the channel members are listed below.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。